Hey guys, it's Suresh. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into another video with me today. Now, today's video has been a very long requested video. I have often talked about how I like to restyle some of my doll's hair, and so many of you have asked me how I do that. So I thought I would take the chance to show you how I do so. So in today's video, we're talking about the Andy Warhol doll who I recently reviewed, and her hair was just a little bit of a mess. Curly hair, straight hair, kind of stringy, had a lot of gel in it, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Now here I am in my kitchen sink. I'm using lukewarm water to wash Barbie's hair. And as you see here, I am not really pulling and tugging and combing. I'm just kind of letting the hair get saturated and just kind of take in some of that water. I don't use too hot of water. I don't use too cold of water. I don't really think that matters, but this is what I'm doing, okay? Now, I like to use my own hair shampoo and conditioner. In this instance, I'm using a little bit of Jason shampoo. It is a volumizing shampoo. I don't really think it makes that big of a difference for this saran hair since it's not real hair. However, I like it better than using like hand soap or something like that, okay? So after I get the hair really saturated and wet, I do about a dime size of shampoo, and here I am just kind of working that into her hair, holding all those curls kind of in a way that they don't get damaged. Since they are heat set in there, they won't really fall out unless I boil wash her. But what I'm hoping is that by giving her a good wash, we'll get some of that curl back into her hair, because I just think she would be prettier with more of a curl to her hair. So I always do this kind of in a massaging motion. I don't pull and tug too much. And when I feel like I've worked the shampoo really into her hair, then I open up the water again and wash it all out, okay? Now, I can't even stress how important rinsing all of the product out is from the hair. I've tried to do this in a rush before, and let me tell you, when that shampoo or conditioner lingers in their hair, it is the grossest thing ever. It gets like super greasy and super just chalky and weird and gross. So make sure to take your time and get all that shampoo out of her hair. As you can see, I hold her hair in my hand, kind of cup it. I cup my hand so that the water collects in there, and I rinse it out as carefully as I can and as well as I can. Again, as with things that I do not rush. I take my time. This should be something fun and enjoyable. So if you're in a hurry and you're trying to get out of the door, girl, this is not the time to start washing your doll's hair, okay? So yeah, so after I get it all out of her hair, then I go in with a little bit of conditioner. This is a little bit of Jason volumizing conditioner. And as with the shampoo, I just very gently massage it and work it through her hair. I try to get the ends really massaged. Now, again, I don't think that, human conditioner is gonna make a huge difference on her hair, but I also know that it won't dry out her hair. It'll just kind of add some more moisture and a little bit of, I guess, panthenol or wax. So here I am. We are just going to rinse that all out. Now, conditioner, even more than shampoo, you have got to make sure that you wash it all out. So really take your time. Get that water nice and lukewarm and rinse it all out of her hair. Work it through, work it out. I don't really know how to stress this enough. You just cannot rush through this, okay? So wash away. Now, as a side note, I have tried washing their hair with like dish soap or hand soap, and let me tell you, it turns it into a rat's nest. I'm not entirely sure what sort of detergent is in those products, but not so great for Barbie hair, okay? So after I have completely washed out all the conditioner, I give her hair a gentle squeeze to get rid of all the excess water. Again, I'm trying to protect the curls and not kind of rat out the hair, because that would really not be cute, okay? So after we give her a good squeeze, I then transfer her over to a clean washcloth. In her case, it's like a full-size towel. And then I just kind of make sure I get as much of that water out as possible. Again, I'm not pulling, I'm not tugging, I'm just kind of squeezing the hair in between the towel to get all of it as dry as possible. There's no magic trick here. Again, it's just taking time. And then I come in with a comb. There is a fine tooth side and a large tooth side. I'm using the larger tooth side to very gently, keywords of very gently, comb through her hair. I am trying to work through those knots that sort of tend to form, primarily towards the ends of her hair. You can also see that more of that curl has kind of come back into her hair. If you remember seeing her hair from my review video, you saw that there were a lot of areas that were just kind of flat and straight. I'm not entirely sure why. So the gel has washed off, which is fantastic. So I'm just working through her hair, and the whole point of this is to work out some of those kinks. I'm not pulling, I'm not tugging. As you see, her head's not kicking back. I'm just holding the hair with my left hand and combing it through with my right hand. Just kind of really want to work out some of those excess kinks, okay? So you see, as I continue combing, her hair returns to a much more curly state than we saw in the original presentation. So I think they ended up really curling her hair, and somewhere along the way, I don't know, they decided that they wanted to get some of that curl out. Now I am going to pull out my hair dryer, and we're going to give her a nice blow dry. My point here is not to make the hair really, really straight. So I am not using too much of the heat. I'm alternating between the heat setting and the cool shot, going back and forth, because again, this is not real hair. The follicles will not open and close like human hair would. It is saran and it does melt, so I don't want it to melt. And I'm just kind of moving her around, letting the air flow through her hair. And again, I'm going to pick up my comb, and I'm using the large tooth side and just giving her a very, very gentle comb through. I'm massaging the curls in between my fingers while I alternate between the cool shot and the hot shot. Or the heat shot, I guess, or whatever it is. And then here we go. We see that after a few minutes of waving that dryer back and forth, her hair is starting to kind of spring back to life and come back to life. I have noticed that some of the finer saran that is used in the collector dolls can take a little bit longer to dry. And then once I feel like everything is nice and dry, I take a little bit of body lotion. Actually, that's what I had in my hand. It wasn't gel, it wasn't mousse, it was a little bit of Nivea body lotion, okay? Nothing too rich, and the point of this is to kind of tame some of that frizz that naturally tends to happen, give a little bit of shine, and kind of help define some of the curls in her hair so that it looks more lifelike. And I don't really respond well to really kind of iron down hair. That's just not what I like, and that's not what I think is beautiful. So there we go. That's kind of all it takes. I know it seems like it's not that much, but with a little bit of practice, you guys will get it down too. So there we go, you guys. She is all done and looking glamorous. If you didn't catch my previous video about how to iron doll fashion, make sure to check it out. I did give her gown a nice press and it looks gorgeous. I am so happy with the hair. I will also say that a day or two after I filmed this video, her hair looked a little bit fuller and fluffier. So that means some of the saran had dried even more and it looked even more beautiful. I love the way this turned out. I think it looks a lot more natural. It looked so much better than it was. And I will continue to give it a little brush here and there to keep it looking soft and beautiful. It is so touchable. I love it so much. So I hope that you guys give this a try. I hope that it works out for you. Let me know down below what you think. Thank you guys as always for watching. I love you all wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure to come back next Thursday for another video. I love you guys. I will see you all very soon, okay? Mwah! Bye!